How many relationships are lost because drama overshadows connection? Every messy exit with drama or cutting someone off, for example, spreads ripples and damage that may last much longer than the original fight.
Hello everybody, this is Rabbi Mirski and welcome to the Rabbi Mirski Show.
Hello everybody. Sometimes the most powerful thing you do isn't an argument, isn't the big plan you have for your life, isn't anything you do in your lifetime actually. It's how you exit. Your power is not in anything you say or what you do. It is what people remember after you're gone. Here is your radical challenge. Look at your life, the arguments, the family, fights, disagreements with your spouse, the debates online, conflicts at work. When you walk away, are you living chaos, blame, and resentment? Or clarity, understanding, and connection? Even better, are you leaving people open and rethinking? Think about history. Messy deaths dominate our attention. JFK, for example, assassinated. And suddenly people were obsessed with how it happened much more than with what he accomplished. Princess Diana, people couldn't stop talking about the accident, the conspiracy theories, the drama. Her life became secondary. Also, if a bad guy like Jeffrey Epstein exits the world in a mysterious, so to say, way, it results in never-ending discussion, which may be, by the way, a complete distraction, a waste of time. We fixate on chaos. We are drawn to stories about betrayal. We thrive on scandal. But that's rarely the legacy anyone wants, right? So it is very important how a leader, a public figure, leaves the world. If it happens in a dramatic way or some sort of natural way, peaceful way, their legacy will be read through the prism of their death. Dramatic deaths often bring division or reinforce the existing ones. Now let's look at the Torah, at a quiet, peaceful exit. Moses, for example, died in Moab at God's command. Not a monument, no body to fight over, not even a gravestone. Yes, his death was, in a way, very mysterious, but the story of his passing seems to be at the same time quite simple. It doesn't leave a lot of questions. Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, peaceful deaths that allowed their ideas, their legacy, their teachings, and influence to grow and to be heard. Their peaceful passing brought unity to their descendants, to their people. The Talmud hints at this. According to one of the stories, Moses once visited Rabbi Akiva's study hall. He sat back, not understanding a word of the discussion. And when he finally heard the lesson, he realized the wisdom he held passed on wasn't lost. Progress, moral and spiritual growth, it isn't guaranteed. It only happens if the next generation has some fundamental respect for the legacy of previous generations and builds on it. Builds on this legacy rather than mocking it or completely rejecting it. Yes, of course, critical evaluation of existing ideas is necessary for progress, but when you trash what came before, you will never move forward. You may start over, and it may be a very difficult beginning. That's why the idea of moral, spiritual, or any other kind of progress is sometimes expressed through the metaphor, we stand on the shoulders of giants. Psychologists call it symbolic immortality. Your influence can outlast your life. It's often the case, actually. Your reach may be limited, but if you have anyone to remember you, you will have an impact. Messy exits may completely distort that focus, the focus on the message. Yes, if someone leaves the world in tragic circumstances, unexpected circumstances, it may increase the reach of his message. But normal deaths leave the attention on ideas, values, and lessons. That's how legacies survive. That's how communities stay united. Here's another way to think about it, not necessarily through the lens of the final exit from the world. Look at your family, for example, your friendships, your workplace. How many conflicts linger because someone left angry, blamed others, or made it personal? How many relationships are lost because drama overshadows connection? Every messy exit with drama or cutting someone off, for example, spreads ripples and damage that may last much longer than the original fight. People often don't remember why they don't talk to their loved ones. They just don't talk to them anymore. That's it. Now, here's the radical part. Your challenge. The next time you're in a conflict, ask yourself, will I leave drama behind? Or meaning, will I insist on being right? Or will I make sure people walk away wiser, calmer, better? Will my exit create chaos or leave clarity? The most powerful act often isn't in the heat of the moment. It's in how you step away, how you leave the place you occupied before. That's where real influence lives. That's where impact survives. Moses left quietly, and his teachings, his leadership, and his people, our people, endured. The way Moses died increased the spiritual impact of his life, his journey, and his teachings. And it might have contributed to peace and unity among the Jewish people later throughout history, something very difficult to maintain. Death of a leader or any impactful person may be very divisive and may break not only families, but entire nations. So whenever you exit and have control over it, think about what you leave behind, drama or legacy. And what do you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and see you next time.